Clearly, as we have covered during the offseason, we know it. The Raiders' biggest need is defense. Like, if I feel comfortable saying this, if the Raiders had a top 10 defense, I think they're a top 10 team. Like, I legitimately think that Derek Carr could immediately, with himself, with Zay Jones at wide receiver instead of Henry Ruggs, with Hunter Renfrow, with Darren Waller and all those boys, and Josh Jacobs, like, with the crew, Derek Carr could take the Raiders to the playoffs. Like he obviously took them, but I'm saying he could take them in deeper to the playoffs. Talking, AFC title game, maybe even the Super Bowl. If the Raiders have a top 10 defense, that's like, I know we're beating a dead horse here to a certain extent, because pretty much the entire offseason we said, obviously they need to build the defense, and I get that. But what astounds me, especially specifically for some of the Derek Carr haters I see out there, which it's totally unwarranted. I put Derek Carr as a top quarterback. If the Raiders had even a little bit of a semblance of a defense, I'm talking at least top 15, which, again, I'm going to say this, you guys are going to get so sick of me saying this, but he has never had a top 15 defense, and nobody cares. Nobody takes that in mind. And I think moving forward, as the Raiders kind of get into, the offseason, the free agency period and everything, you look at your defense. Okay, your defensive line, if you get back some of your defensive tackles, solid. I don't have a problem with it. You got Unique Ngakwe and Max Crosby on the edge. Denzel Perryman, I think, is going to be very good for at least the next couple of seasons. And if you want to draft a guy in the middle to late rounds to develop him, I'm okay with that. But overall, Denzel Perryman is the leader of that middle, specifically in the middle of that defense. Corners, you've got Fasesan, I never say his name right, but also another player that I really liked, Trayvon Morig. I have been singing his praises ever since he came into the NFL. But I think overall, there's some good things here with the Raiders defense, but there's also some holes in terms of what I think they can improve on. Now, usually when you think of holes, you think, okay, they need to fill it. Well, the Raiders check out our video. Over the last month of the NFL season, it was a top-rated defense, like in terms of rushing yards, passing yards, points allowed, all of it. Check it out. We outlined how over the last month of the NFL season, the Raiders defense was playing statistically with the best defenses in the NFL. Facts. Stats don't lie. What's up? So I think right now, the Raiders are in a position where even if they didn't get a wide receiver and they upgraded the defense to a top 10, 15 type defense, I like it. I think, honestly, like I said, I don't think they need to, like I just said, I don't think they need to go out and get a number one wide receiver necessarily. I would love to see it, I think. But I think the biggest concern needs to be the defense. And again, defensive line, you like it. Outside linebacker, I don't know. I feel like Diablo was pretty respectable. KJ Wright, I think he's gone at this point. So, in my experience, or at least in my opinion, I would like to see an outside linebacker that can come and get pressure off the edge. I think that's kind of a big thing that the Raiders have been missing, a linebacker that just brings the wood, a 10-sack linebacker. And, Unique Ngakwe, I know I played some outside linebacker for the Ravens back in the day. And, I at least think it would be, you got to try some different things out with Unique Ngakwe. He's just such a unique athlete. But overall, in the secondary, Brandon Fasesan, Jonathan Abram, Casey Hayward Jr., even though I like Trayvon Mullen, I really do. We'll have to see how he kind of develops. But Nate Hobbs, one of the best young corners in the NFL. We saw it last year. So moving forward, I think there needs to be less of an emphasis. I mean, almost none on offense. Like, yes, okay, I take that back to an extent because I feel like you need another offensive lineman, whether it's a right guard or a right tackle, whatever. I don't care. But find where Alex Leatherwood is best at and see if he can be a starter, at least an average starter. I'll take that. If he's an average starter, I think this offensive line is good enough if you get another starter. And then it's defense, baby. Defense is the answer for the Raiders. And I feel like, again, I get the hesitancy from a lot of people, but again, if you give Derek Carr a top 10 to 15 defense where Derek Carr and the Raiders only have to score 17, 21 points a game, I think the Raiders win 90% of the games. No question in my mind. Maybe even 90%. They might lose one or two games the entire year. So I think what it comes down to is getting them the defense. Finally getting Derek Carr the defense that he deserves, and then just watching the team take off from there because, again, this offense is good enough as it is. And I know that's probably not what a lot of Raiders fans want to hear, but it's the truth. This this offense is good enough right now. You saw it; it brought them all the way to the playoffs. Now were there some kerfuffles? Would you have liked to see more explosiveness? Yes, I get it. But you change out a defense that allows 26 points to 13, you win the game. If you even you win 1 or 2 possessions of that game and allow a field goal instead of a touchdown at the very least against the Bengals, you're in the divisional round. Okay, so I think overall, the Raiders got to be really focused on the defense. That's the biggest need. Every level. I don't care. A defensive tackle specifically on the edges, you're fine. But I would love to see a guy like Perrion Winfrey. Oh, we're gonna do a draft video about him. I can't wait. But Perrion Winfrey, Jordan Davis, anything on the inside to help him out. Outside linebacker and corner to play opposite Nate Hobbs. That can absolutely play. But let us know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome. We love every single one of you. In the description down below, you'll find all of our social media platforms. So give us a like and a follow all our social media platforms. We'd greatly appreciate it. Also, give us a listen and sub on iTunes. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com or put it in the comment section down below, which we would love to cover. But let us know what you guys think about defense being the answer for the Las Vegas Raiders.